Got it. So, quick question, going back to your top three products that we displayed here. Well, we didn't really talk about the upcoming product in 25, but going back to the Pro M product line, what do you think will be this sweet spot of project sizes for the new segments or for the new, I guess, segments of the market that you'll be addressing with the Pro M product line? Is it
Good
going to be
question.
like 250 to 500 kW, or is it going to be megawatt plus, or whole thing from all the way from 10 kW resi to multi-megawatt utility?
Great question. And again, speaking to just the variety of applications that we have once we get outside of residential, and they are nowhere near the same. If you have a carport structure versus a single axis tracker versus a rooftop where you're trying to go around a bunch of different obstructions, very different design considerations. So what we've
Yeah.
seen in terms of our customer network and the prospective interest in that product, it seems to have the best fits in projects that are under 750 kW, not assuming a bifacial performance gain, and not using single axis trackers, simply because of the relationship of the power density of the product relative to its width, which dictates the torque tube that you need. So basically, we're talking about fixed ground mounts, we're talking about roof mounts, we're talking about carports, anywhere from 100 kW all the way up to 750. Although I have to say that a lot of these sub 200 kW installations, they also really like the RX. That's the 44 cell form factor, especially for some of these rooftops where, I mean, it's like you're trying to stack these things, and having a bigger building block doesn't always help, and having installation guys having to step over things on the roof while they're holding this. That's why we say that that RX product at the 460 watt or so power level is really a good dual purpose module.
Yeah.
Go above there, then we have the Pro M.
Well, thank you very much for all this information and insight you shared with us, Chris. As we come to the end, I guess I wonder, do we want to say anything else about maybe a little bit about what's coming up in 2020? Are you able to share anything about upcoming products, what to expect in the near future, or shall we call this a
Let's leave
conversation?
a no, no. Let's plant a couple teasers of things that we
Yeah,
know will absolutely be true, which is
yeah,
that the product coming out of the new India facility will be
yeah,
the result of over 25 years of REC's vertically integrated manufacturing experience. So it will be high reliability, high performing. It will have a very competitive cost structure globally, which I think the industry has been waiting for this. Which, who can mount position to big China, and the product that will be out of the gates first, that will be most exciting for the large project segment and for usage also on single axis trackers, would be the dual glass bifacial in a 66 cell form factor on the larger G12 wafers. That would be something that will
this
give
is
you,
what we're
that's right,
seeing here
over,
on the
that's right,
right.
that's
Yeah,
over 700 watts just on the front side rating. This would
yeah.
have a module level bifaciality approaching 90%, meaning flash the front,
Mhm,
flash the back. What is the ratio of those two? So
mhm.
heterojunction is the highest inherent bifaciality of any crystalline silicon PV cell. So we're fully going to leverage those benefits. That's something that we're very excited about. Haven't been cleared yet to quote that. And of course, customers, I think, would want for the assembly lines to be running before that happens.
Yeah,
So that's going to be happening towards the end of this year. We've got pre-production units with basically the same bill of materials, same design, that have already gone into PVL PQP testing. So we'll have the extended reliability testing, because that can take 7 to 9 months to complete to get the final engineering report. So
yeah.
we'll have well-characterized performance and reliability data. That's, again, something that could be expected in the US market by about the middle of next year. And at this point in time, it seems very safe to have a manufacturing location of cells and modules in India. I specifically say cells because the scoping of these AD/CVD cases is crystalline silicon cells, whether or not made into modules. So if you got a Indian-made module with a Southeast Asian or Chinese-built cell, you're going to trigger those tariffs.
Yeah.
But with a Indian-built cell and module, at this point, none of the investigations are interested in that. So this would be a product that is not subject to AD/CVD. And also from a sustainability and a quality standpoint, single site auditable. And of course, it will not be fully vertically integrated from day one, but the ability to go to a single site and understand the same quality management systems that are employed across the entire value chain and in one location, not transported around the globe. This is something that is really cutting edge in this industry, and even 2024 has not been seen yet.
Great. And so I guess that is all coming online in the 2025 time frame, like you said, right?
Current expectations for the cell and module facility is that the first tranche of 5 gigawatts will be up and running by the end of 24. So basically assume for a reasonable ramp up, debottlenecking
Sure.
and transit, that gets you probably to the mid of 2025.
And the 1.5 gigawattish Singapore facility that's up and running right now and has been for a while, is that mostly supplying the US resi market right now, or is there also some European in there and other parts of the world? And what do you think will be the 5 gigawatt India capacity? Like, where will most of that go? Is it mostly US or Europe and or other places in the world?
Great question. So the Singapore facility at this point is majority residential product and then some of the Pro-M. And I'd say 60 to 70% allocated to the US market. We do still ship product to Europe. That's been our historical strongest market. That's where REC started. We have activities in Japan, through other parts of APAC and Australia, but the volumes as far as a single market that we bring into the US dwarf the others.
And now probably a similar percentage breakdown with the Indian facility as well.
It will depend. Certainly, Reliance is going to be deploying a lot of renewable capacity into their home markets in India, but they will be exporting a decent amount as well. And because the US is already so important, we already have the framework of distribution partners, of the sales team, of all the commercial aspects required to effectively address the market in the US. I would expect for the US to get the lion's share of India exports.
Well, this has been a great conversation, Chris. Thank you so much. And hope to do another one soon with other REC team members talking about all the great things you bring to the market.
Thanks so much for having me, Karim. Really appreciate it.